Hello all, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will see why inductors allow DC. So let's get started. To understand why inductors allow DC, you first have to understand what an inductor is, and then you'll have to understand what a DC signal is. I have already done a video on how to visualize a DC signal in my channel. Please to watch it before this video. Inductor is nothing but a wire geometrically wounded like a coil. There is nothing much special about it. Before we understand what DC does to an inductor, you need to first understand what a DC current does to a normal wire. Okay, so if you have a wire and it carries a DC current I, then a current carrying conductor produces a magnetic field around it. So if I is a constant, then the magnetic field produced will also be a constant. But the thing to remember here is a current carrying conductor produces a magnetic field. Now the inverse is also true. Suppose say you have a cardboard, a cylindrical cardboard, and now you have a wire wound across it, and you have a magnet. Now if you move the magnet into or out of the coil, a current will be produced in the conductor. So this is exactly inverse of this process, where a current carrying conductor produces a magnetic field. A changing magnetic field will also produce current in a conductor. How does a magnetic field change here? Because the magnetic field is physically moved through the magnet. So as the magnet moves, a changing magnetic field will be in contact with the conductor, which will produce a current I. With these concepts, now we can exactly understand how inductor behaves with DC. So as we know, a DC current can be represented by this waveform, with this current and the x-axis time, and it has some value A. This is an ideal representation, as we all know. Practically, the current will never rise from 0 to a constant value instantly. It will always take time. So this will probably look something like this, where this time taken to rise is very small. Now let's see what happens when you apply this guy to an inductor. So for this part of the waveform, where the current rises from 0 to a value A, the current is changing. So therefore we have a changing current through the inductor, and this changing current is going to produce a changing magnetic field inside the conductor. So till now what I have said is, when you apply a DC current I, the DC current initially has to go from 0 to its constant some value, and during that period the current is changing. Therefore a changing current will produce a changing magnetic field inside an inductor. Now what do we know about changing magnetic field? As we saw in this example, a changing magnetic field when in contact with a conductor will produce a current. So the magnetic field which is changing here is also in contact with the same conductor. Now it's going to produce a current, but the important thing is that the current will be in the opposite direction as the current that created the magnetic field. Let me summarize. So changing current when it's flowing through an inductor produces a changing magnetic field, and that changing magnetic field when linked with the same conductor will produce a current in the opposite direction. Now this current which was initially flowing has a resistance now because of the current flowing in the opposite direction. So the current which has to rise quickly from 0 to A will now take time and slowly rises from 0 to A. It will eventually reach A, but it's going to take more time as there is an opposition now. As time varies, the rate of change in the current will decrease. You can see that with the slope here. So initially the rate of change of current is high in this part, and as it goes higher and higher, the rate of change of current will become slow, and you can see that by the slope of the line. And as that rate of change of current reduces, the rate of change of magnetic field will also reduce. That will also lead to the reduction in the opposition current, and eventually the current will reach a constant value A. As we already discussed, a constant current flowing through the inductor or a conductor will produce a constant magnetic field, and that constant magnetic field will not induce any current opposite to the existing current. So therefore a inductor always allow DC current, as a DC current is a constant and a constant current will produce a constant magnetic field which will not induce a current in the conductor in the opposite direction. So let's take a simple circuit and see what will be the result. Suppose you have a DC voltage source, a inductor and a resistor. So let this be 10 volts and let this be 10 ohms, and we wish to find the DC current I through the inductor. With our discussion, we already know that irrespective of whatever the value of this inductor be, since the current is a DC, the inductor will behave as a short circuit. So this can be thought of as this circuit where the inductor is replaced by short circuit with a current equal to 10 volt by 10 ohms, that will be 1 amp for all practical purposes. There is definitely a portion of time where the inductor will offer a resistance, that is only during the initial rising of the waveform. So if you are analyzing any circuit which constitutes inductors and you have a DC current or a DC voltage, then the inductors can be replaced by a short circuit. So that's all for this video. In my next video I will be explaining how inductors behave with AC signals. Till then, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. Yeah.